Hello, this is Matthew Marco with AbnormalMapping.com, and welcome back to this Let's Play of Neverending Nightmares. Last time we explored this asylum a little. Oh, we came out... That's really interesting. It just puts us back a little bit. That's good. 'Cause I was not looking forward to having to do that again. We were exploring this asylum, we got eaten by one of these guys. They're really scary. I don't like them. I don't like them much at all. That's a really nice checkpointing system, though. Well, let me get my... I don't know if it was capturing my cursor, but I wanted it out of there. I actually don't... I know this game's maybe about 3 or 4 hours long, but I don't know if we're done with the first nightmare, or this is still the first nightmare. If it's gonna, like, signify that by stuff happening. What I'm saying is I don't actually know much about how this game's structured. I spent a long time decidedly not reading up on its development because I wanted to enjoy it when it came out. I know the developer has talked a lot about how this game was a reflection of his own nightmares and mental states codified as a game, and I thought that was really interesting. And that was enough to get me to back it and want to play it. This is terrible in here. This is absolutely awful. And I would like to read a bit about his development, because I know a lot of this was, like, the game probably expanded a bit. I know the run mechanic was added way after the Kickstarter had been funded. And that those mechanical things are really interesting to me. But I definitely wanted to experience the game first. Oops. Well, that went poorly. Let's see how far back it puts us. The developer's previous game was Retrograde, which was a time manipulation reverse, like, horizontal shooter, like a shmup. Which is a game that I own, I think, on PS3 and Steam, and have never played. I really should. It sounded way up my alley. Okay. Wait for this guy to pass. I appreciate at least that these guys are pretty easy to avoid. If this game was more hiding and avoidance heavy, I don't know how much I would appreciate it. I know that's totally a valid type of game to make, but I much prefer an experiential thing like this. I was walking through these creepy environments. I really do like that mechanic where you're coming out of the cells every time you wake up. I think that's really smart. Do we loop in some way? Probably not, right? There's glass. Oh, okay. Let's do this then. Oh.
Gabby, what's going on?
I've told you repeatedly to address me as Dr. Smith.
But you're my sister.
I'm afraid you're mistaken.
Where am I?
You're in a lunatic asylum and have been for quite some time.
Why am I here?
Why do you think you're here?
I don't know.
We've reached the end of our session. Please see yourself out.
So things like this always interest me, and this is kind of a side tangent. I assume that these portraits I can look at that are just of people are of Kickstarter backers, and it's a thing that just you kind of accept in a Kickstarter game, that some of the backers who back the high tiers are going to be included in the game. If this is not the case, I apologize. I'm making an assumption for sure, without looking back at the Kickstarter to see if that was part of the like high tier rewards. But I don't know how I feel about this inclusion of pictures of people in this game. Like, it's totally just a flavor thing. It could be anybody. But this guy doesn't look like he's from the 1800s. This guy looks like he lives in 2013 and, you know, he's just like a dude on Twitter. Like, his Twitter avatar is probably not that different. And that stuff always I find really jarring. Especially in a game like this with, like, really specific tone. If it was a game that took place in like a modern setting, I think it would bother me less. And it is me totally picking nits, and it's part of the realities of getting your game crowdfunded probably, but I do find it kind of unfortunate. Oh God. How am I supposed to get past this guy? Am I gonna have to sprint past him? Yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. Give it another shot. My assumption is I have to distract him with the glass. Maybe I can do it without running. That didn't work at all. Okay, that worked. I think that's really interesting, this idea of self-harm as a way to progress in a game like this, considering how much self-harm is seemingly part of these nightmares, with the pulling out of the tendon and the stabbing himself. And I didn't even see those ones. Oh, exit. Oh, Jesus. Where exactly are we supposed to go?
Now you'll
Jesus.
never escape.
Huh? What?
Honey, go back to sleep.
But, Why am I in bed with my sister?
What are you talking about? I'm your wife.
But
You don't even have a sister.
I thought...
I'm worried about you. Why don't you get a glass of milk to calm your nerves?
Okay.
Huh. Alright. Back in the house. Wait, everything's really goddamn dark now. This house is still a fright. Yeah, these in the dark segments creep me out. Something fierce. Yeah. Huh. I wonder if that's a thing that's going to become elucidated as we go on, or if it is just a... Here it sounds like footsteps. If it's just going to be left ambiguous. I meant to look these up, but I didn't actually do that. Probably not going to. It's on a different thing now anyway. I don't know Latin. I don't really know my Bible, so alas, it will forever remain a mystery. Having to walk through someone else's bedroom to get to the kitchen seems like really poor design. Ugh. Sure, let's go downstairs. What's the worst that could happen, right? Oh. Okay. Oh, this feels like we're near the kitchen. The thing gonna fall off the table again. That's it. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with that falling way back there. Let's just go. Oh, look at that hanging picture. Alright, for some reason, like I kept exiting. Doll again. And come back out in a hallway of dolls. Being a bathroom there. Is this my bedroom? Did we just take like the most incredible shortcut ever? I guess not. Wait, really? Oh. Oh no, we're in PT now. What happens if we go through here? I'll just keep going deeper, I guess. Oh, God. Oh, chills. Just, this geography, one of those, being so, incoherent upsets me. It's one of those things, I find houses really scary in general. I always have. There's something about hallways and doors and rooms. I don't know. See, that looks like an 18th century man, even if it is a Kickstarter backer. Oh, don't whisper. I bear. I shouldn't run because something could be coming out at me. I really don't like these areas in the dark. I do not. Great. Hi. That's terrible. Don't. Okay, let's try again. I don't think I can run past her. Can't extinguish my flame or anything. Oh, I made it. Oh, there's two doors. Oh, this looks like a room where I die in. Oh, we made it. Oh, good job. Oh. This game. Very stressed. I appreciate the inclusion of those, like, respawn rooms. It's going to kill you. It's very generous about doing so. Wasn't my goal ostensibly to return to bed? Again, guy does not look like he's from the 18th century. I think it's just the amount of bad haircuts that really does it for me. Like a thing I find unconscionable. Oh, okay. Another respawn room. Kind of don't know how I feel about that as a thing. I mean, I wouldn't not want them to be there. Are we back in the kitchen? Oh, Jesus. But their inclusion becomes really obviously gamey. Especially since it's a repeatable, like, failable action. I know it's just me talking about my own preferences, but I would have preferred it if I could, like, not interact. Like, you run into it once, then you don't run into it again. Does that make sense? The amount of, like, weird footsteps happening is awful. Okay, there's a respawn room. Yeah, I mean, creepy girl with the big knife is effective. I'm not gonna say it's not, because that would be a lie, but these being failable events, it should be like if you get stabbed, she's just not there anymore. I feel like the gaminess takes away from a lot of the effectiveness of these kind of scenes. That was pretty good, her coming around the other side. Oh, Jesus. Like we're just in stars. Oh God. What an alarming thing this is. Did we loop? Something like hitched. looping. I assume it's just level loads. Jesus Christ. Oh, no thank you. Did she die in childbirth? Is that what happened? Jesus. Whew. I assume that was the end of that dream. All these dolls. These awful, awful dolls. Oh, around babies back again? That looks like a respawn room. Assume that's another backer. Yeah, not a picture that feels out of place. Really interesting. No enemies in that area. That's cool. I wonder if it's meant to be kind of a feint. Like, oh, here's a respawn room. Here's a thing to hide in, but there's actually no enemies. Oh no, I keep walking on the bottom of the map. Oh. Well, there she is. And again. Great. Oh, we're not going into this cave, are we? If these were my nightmares, I would just never sleep. Ever. These are terrible. I keep expecting there to be like a jump scare in those. I guess their creepy doll faces are scary enough. I think it's interesting that the inclusion of this asthma mechanic means I don't actually run a lot. Part of it is just kind of taking in paintings and the atmosphere. I apologize if this is kind of a quiet Let's Play. I am trying to just let this game wash over. Music is really good at being the worst. That's a lot of glass. There's one to the left. Go forward, though. Really alarming to have these guys in this environment. We're nearing the end of our time today, I think, but I kind of wanted to wait for another wake up, or is that a tombstone? Oh yeah, these are graves. Another like loop to complete. Or for me to die. One of those. Or I went and closed out for today. Jesus. Oh. The amount of mental anguish that would come from drawing all the things in this game. I suppose it probably could be therapeutic, but I feel like it would just cause me a lot of, like, psychic damage to have to do all of this. Just the way that body is like so awkwardly posed with like bones broken and such. Oh, here's one of those. Bathroom. We went to that mausoleum, right? And then it led back to the house. Nope. The facial hair is fine. Hair's all wrong. That is not an 18th century man. And I realize I'm being obnoxious. Let's continue complaining about these things. Looks kind of like a respawn room. If there are enemies on the stage. I guess there was that one asylum guy. Yeah, she's pretty easy to avoid, thankfully. Kind of gotta get her off screen and wait. Running a little long here, but I wanted to see this area out. Glass. I was worried about there being an asylum guy. Guess we're okay. Storage. Nothing in here but blood and guts. Because I don't record these sequentially, I kind of do need to get to at least to a checkpoint of some kind, something obvious. But we're gonna do long. That's alright. I don't mind having a long episode. Oh god, it's a baby. It's a baby. Run from the baby. No room for baby brutes in my life. The baby as like the most aggressive enemy to me is like it leads credence to this idea that this is his wife and it died in childbirth, and that led to his instability, probably. Right now that's the theory I'm operating under. Like he was married to this woman, died in childbirth. Maybe she resembled his sister, that's totally possible. That could be a precipitating event where he had this horrible thing happen to his sister when he was young. And then there's the stuff with his wife, and it sent him finally over the edge. That makes sense to me. If you want to attach a narrative to it, I don't think this game requires that. There. Terrifying, dead-eyed rocking horse. All these dolls. Dolls are also really creepy. My partner is really into dolls, and I will never understand it because they terrify me. Oh, Jesus. Let's avoid her eating all those guts. Those doll arms? Oh, that's terrible. This is the worst possible thing. Yep. That's alright. That's gonna end it here. We're gonna save and quit. Thanks so much for watching. I know this was a little longer of an episode, but that's alright. I assume we're deep into this game now. I don't know though. Thanks for watching. You can find me again at abnormalmapping.com. Abnormal Mapping on iTunes. Primarily a podcast, but I do these videos in my spare time. I enjoy them. Come back next time as I go through this, even though I don't want to. It's very scary. Thank you so much. Have a good day.